I think that one of the opportunities of big data is when you add on machine learning, you can actually make sense of the data. So you can pick out what's the most relevant driver for someone, for example, to open an email, to engage with your content, to download something, to email you back. So we can analyze their behavior and then learn how we best tailor our content to meet our target group's expectations. That's one of the things that we've seen through empirical research more than when you read theory, it tells you should personalize down to the individual, whereas we've seen that, for example, we have very technical content like, for example, what happens on corrosion on pipelines. We're sending that to CFOs, people who are financially responsible, and they are interested. Why? Yes, because it determines their operating expenditure. And you wouldn't think about that, I think, through a normal kind of segmentation model where you look at, you would expect them to be engineers and very techy in order to be interested in that kind of content. So we learn a lot when we send out broad email campaigns, and we can see that there are people that we wouldn't think would engage with the content that actually does. I think that this has been a key challenge for all, especially kind of corporate communication type of functions for many, many years. And it's easier for marketeers because then you can show a return on investment through revenue. So in DNV what we do, we measure it along 4 dimensions. We measure reach. So how many people do we reach out to and make possible for our experts and our salespeople to talk to? And then what kind of reputation do we build? How good is it? Are people interested in listening to what we are saying? And then we talk about relationships. So how deep do we engage with people? Do they come to our seminars? Do they want to meet us face to face? And then we have something we call a revenue enablement, which a marketeer will call marketing qualified leads. We talk about leads very simply, and we just hand it over to the sales guys. And then we can show revenue as well. But it's important not only to focus on revenue, but also to show the long-term brand position that you. I wouldn't venture to talk about other people, but I can say that 5 years ago, I didn't know that much about it myself, because I always work in kind of very classical corporate comms functions. But when I started working for DNV, I started to have the responsibility for the full value chain, from internal comms, brand, media relations, down to digital marketing. Very exciting, opening up loads of new opportunities and possibilities to do kind of a combination of hopefully the best of all worlds. I'm very happy to be here today. It's an enormous opportunity for me both to talk internally to my internal stakeholders, see what we are doing is actually interesting for my peers in Europe. The other thing, when you write a presentation like this, you need to work a lot. You need to think through things. And I engage my team, and my team are so proud of us. We kind of highlighted our results, so I feel it's both building a team spirit, making the team proud of our results, and learning through the process.